Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, the new Model 3 Highland has been released pretty early, huh? Because we definitely thought September. We certainly thought maybe September 15th, or even maybe September 30th, but it is now here. So we're going to get into all of it, everything you need to know. And I want to hear about your thoughts too. I've got my thoughts on it. And we'll talk about when maybe a potential sale date will be. And of course, we'll talk about what is this going to do to all the current Model 3s in inventory. So let's talk about it. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. And shout out to my latest Patreon members, John, Jules. Thank you for supporting, and thank you for checking it out. So thanks for joining us. Let's have this open discussion, because this Model 3 Highland is out. It is released. Of course, it is not the release in the US. It seems like Tesla has gotten together with a bunch of automotive reviewers and released the vehicle in terms of the automotive media in like the Europe market and I guess the China market too. But China just woke up today. I guess right now it's probably like 9 a.m. or so. And so we've got this fantastic video. Shout out to Holzmar and Kellogg for posting this. You can see there's plenty of updates that you can see right off of the bat from this video. But shout out to Sawyer for posting this. Breaking: Tesla has officially introduced the all-new Model 3, the car's first major refresh in 6 years. Below is a thread of what's new. So range has increased 12%. You might have seen some range numbers that were shown on the screen from some of the other videos. That is the WLTP range and not the US range. So before we get all excited of a 410 mile range for the Tesla vehicle, that is not the case so far. Quote, Tesla has changed 50% of the parts on the car. The Tesla is now releasing 2 new colors. We got Ultra Red and of course Stealth Gray. Stealth Gray looks nice. Ultra Red also pretty nice. I mean, we've got the Ultra Red in the Model S currently and the Model X, so love to see it on a smaller platform. What's interesting here is a lot of these features, a lot of these looks was already leaked for a while now. So today when I saw the post, and I don't know about you all, I was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess they were right this whole time. And we'll kind of go and pack through all the different things and all the leaks that happened before. But there is now ambient lighting in the interior, and it looks like a spaceship. You can see there is an LED bar or LED lighting all across the front and also along the sides as well. We've got this brand new steering wheel. Center console has also been redesigned as well. Tesla uses real metal when you touch, giving a more premium feel. The materials inside the car in general have been improved. So if you're wondering where all these stats are, of course, shout out to Sawyer for repackaging it, but there's plenty of videos on YouTube as well, including this one from Carwell. I think they released it first, so we've got Matt Watson doing a quick walk around of the whole video, so definitely check out that one if you're interested. But this steering wheel looks just like a Model S one almost. We've got of course, not a yoke. We've got a full steering wheel, but you notice one thing big from here is there's no longer any turn stalks. That was rumored for a while that they're going to be removing these turn stalks, and you're going to have to push buttons on the steering wheel to make any sort of changes. But coming from someone that has driven and bought and owned the Model 3, the Model Y, S, and X, once you lose and go to the full buttons on the steering wheel, you'll never really go back to or want to go back to trying to like hit the stock on it. So I know some of you out there are going to be interested in having the stocks, but they're making this change for that. You can see there's another button right here. There's one for cruise control, probably autopilot, and another one for cameras. I like this. I want to know more, but of course we won't be able to see just yet in the near future. But Interior and the cabin-wise center console, you can see there's differences from the center as well. And of course, there's a wireless charger here. Next one is Tesla has achieved a 30% decrease in wind and ambient noise, 25% improvement in the impact noise, and 20% improvement in the road noise. So I know a lot of you out there have these type of complaints. So this is going to be huge. And on top of that, they added acoustic glass to the rear windows. And I watched this earlier video, and the back window as well. So this is pretty big because yes, Tesla vehicles are a lot more quieter because there's no engine noise or anything like that. So having these thicker windows, these acoustic windows on top of, there was an announcement in one of the videos that they're going to be using materials that dampen the sound as well. So I'm pretty excited to get into one of these and get into and drive and maybe even ride passenger in one of these brand new vehicles. Here's another one. Tesla has upgraded the suspension by fitting new springs and dampeners. They've changed the geometry of the front suspension and changed the way they mount the subframe to the chassis. The tires also have more cushioning. So this is going to be interesting because I keep it like it's real, right? So the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y do not have the best suspension in my opinion, especially coming from luxury vehicles, even though Tesla might not be the luxury type of vehicle. Technology wise, there's definitely luxury in them, but in terms of the ride quality and the materials, they're certainly not there. And a Model 3 and Model Y is a little bit harsh. I know Model Y has had improvements, so it's great to see that the Model 3 will have suspension improvements as well. But let me know what your thoughts on it so far. Are you excited about this Model 3 Highland? I know I certainly am, but at the same time, we've had a lot of leaks so far. So really, this is everything that we've kind of already been heard about, at least from what we've seen. But now, so here's the next one. Main screen is now brighter and more responsive because this is probably updating to what the Model S and the Model X currently have right now. So it'd be really nice to have a more vibrant screen, more fluid, and really just an update because the current Model 3 has been out since what, like 2017, 2018. So it only makes sense that Tesla is going to add probably a better screen and more enhancements to actually see from there. But here's a quick video of the interior of the Model 3. We've got the ambient lighting connected all the way around. You can see a nice fluidness. I can't wait to sit into one of these to really see how bright is the interior going to be for this vehicle, or is it going to be a little bit lackluster or not as bright? And I would love to see all the different colors you can change. And just imagine like rainbow road on this to see if you're driving around, you can have all the lights figured out or even hacked, but it might be a little bit of a distraction as well. So if you're interested in taking a look at the Tesla Model 3 Highland on websites, you can go to the China website. You can also go to the Australia website. You can see right here on these websites from this screenshot. Shout out to Sawyer. We've got a January 2024 to March of 2024. Of course, as Sawyer pointed out, still no word of a United States launch. And so this is kind of unfortunate and kind of what we actually predicted, right? This is going to create a huge Osmore effect because there's already so much inventory in the United States for the Model 3 and also Model Y. And so now people might be thinking, I might as well just wait till next year because there's now 2 to 3 things that could be happening next year, especially if Tesla does not roll out this Model 3 Highland to the deliveries of the United States. But maybe they're just waiting. Maybe we're going to wake up tomorrow or maybe even later this day or maybe even Friday, and they're going to update the websites for the Model 3 on top of that. Another big change that is on the Model S and Model X currently is that front seat ventilations is coming to the Model 3. Model Y owners are definitely going to be upset, but you never know, right? Tesla might make a quick enhancement and slight change, and in the next few months, Model Ys will also get ventilated seats as well. And if you live in a hot climate, ventilated seats is definitely worth it in my opinion. Right now, that's only a feature on the Model S and the Model X. Right here's another post from Sorry. Tesla says that the new Model 3 has an upgraded microphone, which makes phone calls clearer and smooth. Good to hear from there. We've got this advanced interior with all the different LEDs. Can't wait to touch it and feel it. One video said that this part right here will be customizable and maybe even swappable. But I mean, that's like Tesla, right? You can just pull off any sort of part from the Tesla vehicle and swap it out for yourself. Here's another post of more speakers onto the Tesla system or Tesla Model 3 going from 17 from 14 before, but really Tesla does a great job with audio. So Really no surprise there. Here's a new video. If you haven't been to it yet, you can go to the China version of the Tesla website and you can actually change your location by switching the top right button up here and switching it to China. So you can see those leaked pictures. I don't know if you saw them. Those leaked pictures that we were seeing earlier today were in fact correct. We've got a new redesign of the Tesla China website. We've got Model Y right there. And you can see that we can even click learn more to see all the different pages of this new Model 3 in all its design factors. So you can see it right there. There's a little camera right in the front as well. We've got this rear design with a diffuser on the side. We got a more sleek front bumper and sleek rear bumper. But this is super interesting because I mean the US, we're not getting it first. China is definitely getting it first. Here's another big change right there with that rear display entertainment system. Another feature that is currently on the Model S and Model X and coming directly down to the Model 3. Really cool stuff to see that Tesla is revamping the Model 3. I mean, now the question is the Model Y going to get any sort of enhancement as well? I mean, I could easily see Tesla doing some sort of enhancement in the next 6 months to a year to see how quickly, I mean, that feels kind of how quickly they were able to pump this out, but really interesting. So let me know your thoughts. Do you have a current Model 3 order or a current Model Y order? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to put it on pause? Are you going to cancel it or are you going to wait out? I know a lot of you that watch this channel were kind of waiting and seeing because we've been talking about Model 3 Highland rumors for a good amount of months. So definitely super interesting. One thing you'll notice that some of the videos showed a WLTP unit for range. It had like a 410 mile range, which is a higher converted. But here's shout out to Christopher Junjin. WLTP generally runs 20% higher than the EPA. So certainly do expect a lower range at the end of the day. And now pricing. So take this with a grain of salt because this pricing as posted on the China website is $35,807 United States converted dollars. Of course, it's RMB in China, and $40,767 for the long range. And deliveries start in Q4 for China, not exactly the US. But I mean, Q4 is what, a month from now? We got October, November, December. So of course they've released this for some reason in September to guys, I guess, drive up some orders and drive up some inventory or drive up some demand. But this is another thing. I don't know about you all, but I saw this Model 3 and kind of the first thing I saw or the first thing that popped into mind was a little bit of design aspect of the new Toyota Prius as well. It seems like everybody or a lot of people are going with this sleek or this new design of the small headlights, but still very sleek design. I like it. What do you think? I like, of course, the red. I would love to see it in person. I like of all the updates in design where there's not really too much of the rear of it shown in any of the videos or pictures that I've seen, but we've got the hubcaps that have been updated as well. We've got long range renewal. I like that. You can see we can rotate it around. The new rear diffuser I really like. I really like the interior. I really like a lot of this. This rear bumper, more sportier. I like this wide logo for the Tesla on the rear side, but really the question is which color is going to be the best? We got this new star gray. We've got this new ultra red. I mean, I've always liked the black color, but I guess we will really see when it comes out. I am not a fan of these rims though. We saw this yesterday from a spy shot in Europe where they were driving this around. I don't like these rims. Hopefully this is a China rim that's going to be released. Hopefully they change it for the US. Let me know, do you like these rims? I'm certainly not necessarily a fan of these rims, but still cool to see. It's still cool to see. I mean, the white interior is probably going to be the same as before, just of course with the ventilated seats and then full self-driving, all these different things. And so if the pricing in the United States is going to be anything close to this, that would be crazy. But if you didn't know, Tesla always charges a lot cheaper for the Tesla vehicles in the China market for the US. I remember there was a table that we used to look at before, and it is definitely not going to be this type of pricing for the US market. I mean, if it is, that'd be crazy because we've got the $7,500 federal tax credit. We've got the state incentives that could potentially be out there. We've got Tesla referral codes that you can use, like the one down below in the description, to get an extra $500 to $1,000 off. But now it's really like, do you even use this Tesla referral code? because you cannot order this brand new Tesla Model 3. You can only order the old and busted Model 3 or, of course, the current Model Y. So a lot of you probably are just going to be holding and waiting. Let me know if you're canceling your orders. Are you going to be just waiting for this now? Because the TLDR, there's a lot of new features, a lot of new enhancements that could be worth waiting for that we recap. But let me know what your favorite enhancement is. Let me know what your favorite feature is. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. We support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla, some as low as 2.99% to sub 4%. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. All right. Let's see what you got. Paul, thanks for coming in. Tech10, hey, welcome in. Audio is perfect today. Thank you. JL Productions, how are you today? No, how are you today? I'm doing great. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hitting the like button, everybody. Goes a long way. Thanks for all the comments, the subscribes. Mr. Jones, Model 3 Highland range gets 430 mile range. That is LTP, not the US EPA. So don't necessarily try not to get them confused there. Timmy, people are saying it will release at midnight in the US. Can you confirm? Timmy, that is a great point because Tesla loves making changes to the website. And so if that is going to happen, I know exactly what time that is going to be. And that will be 9 p.m. Pacific or midnight East Coast. So maybe we'll be sticking around to see what might actually happen because there could be big changes for the Tesla US website that could be coming very, very soon. Paul, as I expected, price is a bit higher. The 200,000 yuan model, which might have less features. 27,000 will come in 9 months once they have boosted sales to meet the 2.7 million 2024 delivery goal. That actually makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Paul. Jordan, so excited to see the performance model. Yeah, that does seem to be one model that has been left off from this. There is no performance model. There's only the standard range and, of course, the long range for this. Paul, unless they can get Model 2 out in 9 months, I don't think they can. They need 27,000 in China and 35,000 in the US to meet 2.5. Did we already read that? Sorry. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. JJ, awesome. No, thank you. You're awesome, JJ. Aaron, are we getting a front camera in the bumper? Yeah, it does look like it. If you look at some of these photos, there is something right there. If you look at some of the videos from the website and all these other places, there is also something right there as well. That could be a radar function in the front, or it could be a front bumper that everybody else is talking about. Myron, when does it come to the US? Price looks similar. We have no idea. Maybe the website updates in a few hours at 9 p.m. Maybe it updates tomorrow, or maybe it doesn't update at any bit of time from that. Sven, did anyone see a front come in the bumper? I did not see it in Matt's video. Maybe Matt's video and other people had an early release. That could easily be the case. And now that they have the right photos and the right videos on their website, they have added the camera to that. They're going to stop making this Model 3 soon. Like the current Model 3? Yeah, that makes sense. People, did I go in a loop? I must have gone in a loop. Alec, why is there no performance? Wasn't there a rumor that the performance would be a little bit different? Are they holding on to it? Maybe for the USA first? They could be. Maybe they're trying to get this vehicle out as quick as possible to salvage any sort of sales and then release a performance after that. Kind of opposite than what they usually do, right? Usually they release a performance version first and then trickle down to the base, the mid one, and then the cheap one. Subhand is kind of expensive. Expect to be a $42K starting. I mean, because right now, the Model 3 starts at a certain price, and so maybe they will be dropping it in the near future. Paul, join late. Is this another official announcement? This isn't real, just guesses, or did Tesla finally give the details? Paul, yes, now it is official on Tesla China, Tesla Australia, basically the Asian markets and probably the Europe markets as well. You can see the new redesigned pages of the website. Of course, we'll probably go live again once the US website goes live, but maybe it could be tonight, maybe tomorrow. Who really knows at this point? Spirit of Garage, definitely waiting longer for the Model Y now. Yeah, because now that they've done this to the Model 3, what's to say they won't update a Model Y in the next 6 months to 12 months? I could easily see that. Edwin, do you think you will be able to buy and add the OEM back display to the Highland? So it's the current Model 3, maybe, or are you talking about like the emblems? Probably. We could easily see that at the end of the day. Subhen, how will Tesla hit 2 million deliveries if they didn't launch this year? You're talking about next year, because this year they're supposed to hit like 1.8 to 2 million. So I guess I see what you're saying. They want to quickly ramp this as quick as possible to sell it in the China market, because they know China is their biggest market to try and ramp as many deliveries as possible. Cyborg, I think the US site will update at midnight. Yeah, I could easily see that. Johnson, I just canceled my Model Y order. What will happen to my order fee? Can I still use it later? Johnson, unfortunately, once you cancel your order, you cannot get a refund. We have heard of things in the past where people were able to convert a canceled order to a new order, but it's kind of it's really just whatever your Tesla advisor is looking to help you out with. But there is a way to get your order fee back. It's not recommended, especially if you're going to be buying another Tesla, but there is a way. If after you've taken delivery of your Tesla, you can get it back for like a second order or something like that. Spirited Garage, old and busted Model 3. Yeah, if you know what movie that's from, let me know. Josh, I'm waiting for the refresh Model Y. Maybe next year. Michael, range increase on the Model 3 is insane. At midnight, can you confirm? I guess it was released at midnight in the Europe market today. Yeah, we could easily see this. I mean, they've already let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, right? So we could easily see this being a US midnight release, which would be 9 p.m. Pacific, coming very, very soon. Jacob, I'm an employee and can confirm it's not coming to the US this year. Oh, interesting. Thank you, Jacob, for the knowledge. It's not coming. It's not going to update. It's not this year. It's coming in 2024. It is kind of weird that Tesla would do this. I mean, we kind of speculated that the China markets and the other markets would get this vehicle first because the US has got to focus on this Cybertruck, right? Actually deliver that, actually get that into customers' hands. And so really the US also has another problem. We've got inventory, Tesla has inventory piling up for the Model 3. And now that everybody knows in the US that there's a newer Model 3 coming out of other factories across the world, why would anybody want to buy a older Model 3 unless it has a massive discount? And so that's why Tesla started to ramp up these discounts a little bit. That's why Tesla ramped up a Tesla referral program by offering $500 to $1,000 off, like the Tesla referral code. Check out the Tesla referral code down below in the description. And that's why Tesla could be adding more incentives for the Model 3 and maybe even Model Y in the next month, because the next month is going to be the last month of the quarter, last month of the sales quarter, and there's always some more incentives and enhancements to try and get these vehicles into customers' hands. Edwin, so basically if the website updates tonight, I should cancel my Model 3 order. Yeah, I mean, Edwin, we've kind of had that same pitch, like same stance. Like if you do not need a vehicle right now, you might as well wait for this new Model 3, because there's a lot coming out for this vehicle. There has been a lot of different rumors, a lot of different spy shots, and so you might as well wait it out for the Model 3, because we had a lot of different pictures that were released earlier today that now seem to be completely correct. Like shout out to Occupy Mars for posting this. This was posted earlier today where people thought this, and now they were completely incorrect. This was leaked, so to speak, and now it is exactly correct from it. Here's another. You can see it, like someone is literally in front of a computer taking pictures of the screen of, I guess, like design releases before the actual website went live. This was posted like way earlier today, around like 1:41 p.m. in the California time. And now it is exactly correct. And what actually happened were these actual leaks were true for the Tesla website. And so now, of course, if you want to see this for yourself, head on over to tesla.com. Switch over to the China section. You can switch the language in the top right corner, or even Australia, or even other markets for that. Taillights look like a little like crab claws. Yeah, someone said like it looks like a Honda Accord too, or something like that. Jacob, it's not coming tonight or this year in the US. Thank you, Jacob. What is that? 9X? I love it. JD Ray, welcome in. Thanks for coming back. I haven't seen you in a bit. Thanks for coming by. Increased mileage is impressive. Yes, but that's WLTP numbers. So we'll really have to see what it is for the US conversion. But I guess like 410 minus 20% is still like 330, so maybe it's not that good actually. Power Frunk, yeah, Paul, that would be a great feature if that actually comes out. Yar, 2 hours ago, T-minus 120 minutes. Yes, maybe we'll go live a little bit later again if they actually will keep hitting that refresh button to see if it actually goes up. Subham, RIP qualifying for the tax credit next year. I mean, income limits are still the same. There's definitely ways or hacks to get yourself to qualify. Definitely check out that video on the channel if you're interested in that. But there is ways to get your income limits under the limit so that you can qualify. Paul, come on, Dennis. Everybody knows it's from the Man in Black, too old and busted, new hotness. Love it. Nice job, Paul. Thanks for answering that for that. Casey, any news about the front camera? I mean, you could see it right in the pictures, but really no other releases from that. I mean, as someone said earlier that Carwild did not mention the front camera, but maybe it is a front camera in the front. Tech, any updates on Project Juniper? Nothing at the moment. I mean, it's all Model 3 demand hype at this point, but maybe in the near future, because now that this is out, now that this is out of the bag, I mean, people are going to be speculating very soon about the Model Y. And if I were to guess, I've always said this for a while, it is going to be 6 to 12 months after the Model 3 Highland. Right now, today is September 1st or August 31st. So we should be able to see a Model Y refresh next October, because they're going to let the hype of this. They rather not have two competing vehicles, because we got to keep it real, right? The Model 3 and the Model Y are definitely two competing vehicles that sometimes compete against themselves. And so they might as well not have two different new products at the same time, unless they're really trying to knock it out of the park and sell a bunch of vehicles. Timmy, great content. Looking forward to more content. Make sure you buy some Tesla stock. Seems like Tesla is going to be doing it big. Yeah, it's going to be interesting tomorrow when the market opens and see how they're going to react to this Model 3 Highland. I mean, it's going to be interesting to people see what people think about why they're doing it in China and Europe first and not the US for that. Jacob, could come sooner possible, but not super confirmed. Thanks for the inside knowledge. Shrikar, can see in one of the red shots in China the camera in the front. That's what you're saying. Nice. I like it. Josh, does it come with 4680 battery? We don't know any of those details yet. Probably we'll figure out soon, or once we get a official release or some sort of teardown. But of course, this is not coming to the US for a while, or not even for the China market until the next few months. Subhan, have you seen the hands-on review? Yeah, Carwell, I watched that one, but that was the only one so far. Total Sports, do you know if there's any updates to the operating system on the main screen, like adding SiriusXM app to the radio in the US? You can't really see any updates just yet. I mean, they might add a little bit more fluidness, but it's probably going to be the same infotainment or entertainment system, besides, of course, adding the rear entertainment system on the Model 3. So it's probably going to be the exact same. Carwell got an early hands-on. Yeah, we watched this one. It seems to be they are one of the first to get this one. Really cool, interesting review. You know, Matt kind of seemed kind of met the whole time, maybe for whatever reason. We watched it. You can see I'm not a fan of these rims at all. I mean, if you're a fan, let me know. You can see mostly it's about the same type of design. Like, we've been watching a lot of these leaks, or we've been seeing a lot of these leaks from LeMan Design, from Cybertruck 420, Mr. Highland, a lot of these different concepts and renders, and they pretty much got it right on the spot this whole darn time. You can see from right here, it looks exactly what they speculated, what they designed, and from concept. And so it's interesting to see that now that it's actually out, that I'm kind of like, okay, cool, we've already seen it, and now it's out, and maybe I'm just not as like wowed by it because now that it's actually out. But let me know what your thoughts on that. Like, are you looking at it? Now I'm at this point where I'd love to see it in person to see how can it actually be with all the different things in all the different updates for this vehicle for that. But I mean, I really like the infographics that they put on the website. I like how it looks. I mean, you know, they've always done a great job with posting these types of videos on the website. And so really you can check it out for yourself if you go to Tesla China or other market and see what it's really for. All right. Let's run through a couple more topics. In this next topic, to quickly sidetrack, there is new Cybertruck news. I know a lot of you out there are probably really hyped about this Model 3 Highland, but let's take a look at what exactly happened in the Cybertruck world. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So this photo got leaked, and it shows the inside of this Cybertruck trunk or frunk that everybody has been looking at. But here are the top things that people are having peace from it. Shout out to Occupy Mars for posting this. The strut towers are massive. The heat pump is very similar to other Tesla models. The radiator is aligned similar to the Model 3 and Model Y. Headlights will be easily removable, and the octave valve will most likely be present. But one thing someone was able to spot from this was that there was a marking on the Cybertruck on the interior that says variant dual motor. So super interesting here because some of the other competitors that have a dual motor, I'm talking about like Rivian and maybe even Ford, have about like this 350 to 400-mile range. So are we to expect that potentially this Cybertruck could have a similar range within that? That could be the case. And are we to expect that the first Cybertrucks rolling off the line into customer hands could be a dual motor as well? No longer a tri-motor or even quad motor that Elon talked about releasing first. So really interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. This was another video that was posted with this Cybertruck with these decals on the side that say RC. And most people are thinking that this is going to be a labeling of it to show that it's actually be coming out for the terminology of it, like something prototype or something like that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below is the Patreon link to support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Release candidate. That's what it was. What else we got? But if you're just joining in, welcome. Model 3 Highland is official, but not official in the US market, only in the China market and other markets like Australia. If you want to take a look at it for yourself, you can actually go to tesla.cn/Model 3. Some people are thinking that potentially there could be a release in the US market for the website at midnight tonight or midnight East Coast time, but really we have no idea. We could always wait and see what could be happening on. Paul, it will drive used part prices down a few thousand, really hoping more be under $25,000. Yeah, because then it qualifies for that $4,000 tax credit, right? Ambient lighting is fire. Nicholas, I definitely agree with you. I really can't wait to see that in person. Anas, what's the range on the new Tesla compared to the old one? Don't really know specs pound for pound yet, but there's WLTP numbers. One of the numbers showing a 410 mile range, but that's WLTP, not US EPA. Casey, we don't think it'll be this year for delivery. It doesn't seem like it is just yet. I mean, China market will have delivery this year, but US, no word just yet. Johnson, there were huge discounts yesterday on the Model Y. Do we expect the imminent changes soon? Johnson, that's a great point and actually a good transition to our next topic. In this next topic, Tesla has released massive discounts for the Model 3 and the Model Y to clear out current inventory. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Johnson for posting this. There were huge discounts yesterday on the Model Y. Do you expect some of the imminent changes soon? And yes, 100% correct. If you take a look at Waiting for Tesla, where we can find all the different discounted inventory, you can see now that there's increased discounts all the way up to $4,000, $5,000, even $6,000. And now if you go to the Model Y side, we are getting into new territory that we haven't seen before. You can see earlier today, I had this screenshot pulled up because Model Y is now into the $43,000 threshold. Posted price is $43,920. And if you use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, you can get an extra $500 to $1,000 off, really bringing this Model Y down to what? $43,420 and some change, $4,020. So it is really getting into this crunch time with the Model 3 and the Model Y. We saw this article earlier posted that from Tesla Drive, Tesla Canada, that Tesla is heavily discounting the Model 3 inventory in the Canada and the US. But spoiler alert, Tesla has been heavily discounting inventory in the Canada and the US for a whole while now. And so now that we've got this new Model 3 actually coming out with this Highland being leaked in other countries or being posted on the website in other countries, this is definitely going to be creating some sort of an effect on the market for the US one, because I know a lot of you out there are probably not going to be interested in buying a used, or not used, an older Model 3 design, or even maybe the Model Y design. Yes, the Model Y has more space, but really it's not going to have this nice sleek look with all the different features that it comes out. I mean, I can already name a few that makes me interested on the new Model 3, which is going to be ambient lighting, new front camera, new suspension, wind noise, new interior, all these different things, LED lighting, rear screen, all these different things that is going to be make me double think. It's going to be a hard decision between a Model 3 Highland or the current Model Y. And so really patience is going to be the thing, but really you cannot time buying a Tesla. Even if you buy the new Model 3, there's going to be even a newer one always coming out after that. But big news for sure, if you're looking to buy a current Model 3, or I guess not current old Model 3, or current Model Y, there's big discounts. And of course, more discounts if you use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. But let me know what your thoughts on it. What are you deciding? Of course, I'm going to probably post a poll on this, like old Model 3, new Model 3, or current Model Y, because there's so many different options out there, so many different variants that you can try and purchase or wait for at the end of the day. But we're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. We support the channel, get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. Water break. Jackson, do you think this will affect Cybertruck sales and people cancel their pre-orders to get this instead? That's a good question, Jackson. I mean, because there's a lot of people out there that are waiting for a Cybertruck that probably put down $100, but there's the last thing we heard was like 2 million people on the list for a Cybertruck. So I'm not sure. I mean, people could probably just buy this new Model 3 now and then wait till their actual Cybertruck comes out in the near future. Florida, how much is that? Interior looks like a PS5. I think Tesla's always had a look of a PS5 interior, but anywhere from 37 to 42 for China market, converted to US dollars, but really no word on the USA market. Maybe at 9 o'clock tonight, we'll get more word on the US market. Paul, that shot of the charge port flap looks like it changed to have a handhold manual now to save on cost. No way. They're going to have it always automatic, but maybe saving costs in other areas. Johnson, those rims are giving me vertigo. Yeah, I don't like the design of the rims as well. Aaron, Dennis, are you trading in your Model X for the new Highland after seeing the official release? I don't know if I would go that far. I mean, it looks nice. Maybe I'll add on or get some hype on it, but yeah, I don't know if I would trade in the Model X unless I sit in it, drive it, and I'm like wowed about all the different interior features and even the suspension. I don't think I'm going to be trading the Model X in for it. Unless there's some crazy deal, Tesla. Nicholas, can't wait to see the defects in the metal and see people's truck rust. It will add a cool apocalyptic look to it. Yeah, we'll see what the build quality is. I mean, they always do say never try and buy the first year or the first few months of the new vehicle because they still got to work through all the different production issues, but we'll see. These first ones are going to be interesting. Subham, does the interior look a bit cheaper? A little bit. Subham looks like a Corolla with those wheels. I mean, they did a good job with these promotional videos, but yes, once we see this vehicle in person and once we see it on the road, it might have a cheap feel to this. Kai Chang, where's the video of this release? There's plenty on YouTube. You can see one right here from CarWow. Shout out to them. They basically got first access to it and was able to highlight it. And so you can definitely check it out with all the different features from there. Wait for Cybertruck or order Highland? Super Cubs? Good question. I mean, depends on what number you are in order for the Cybertruck. If you're pretty far down the line, then you might as well just get the Highland. It will tide you over if you need a car. AF, they should have added an instrumental cluster like the other Chinese competitor. Yeah, good point. I mean, a lot of people are doing that, but Tesla's kind of stick to this of making it more easier to produce and having a more sleek design at the end of the day. Samya or front camera. Yes, it seems to be that's the case with a front camera. So we'll see. But yeah, one thing is for sure, we don't have any word on the Highland performance. We've got potentially October Q4 delivery dates, but really nothing for the US yet. But someone came in here earlier and said that it is not coming for the US. I mean, of course, if you go to Tesla's website right now for the US, you can see that there is nothing that shows that the new Highland is out. You got to switch this top right corner right here. You can switch the world button, and really you can pick any other market that is not the US. Let's just try one, like let's try Portugal, see if that switches it. There you go. Look at that. Let's try Netherlands. Let's see if that, well, there you go. New Model 3. Let's try Mexico. No, that's gonna be North America. So it's probably gonna be the old one. So we got the old one. Let's try Australia. Australia is gonna be because they're under the, I get it. That's funny. Let's try France. Okay, also flipped as well. Let's see. I mean, pretty much everywhere else is the, this is a different one. Okay, nice. UK. Maybe UK is not getting it yet as well. Luxembourg. Okay, there we go. Yeah, maybe let's try Thailand. Thailand Model Y. Okay, we've got Hong Kong. Old website as well. But yeah, China market, once you click onto it, you can also use Google Translate right here to switch it to English. And then you will see that it's got this new landing page with all the different features. You can click learn more and get this suave new video of all the different things. 4.4 seconds, 0 to 60, 713 kilometers. What is that? 713 kilometers to miles. Can't do quick maths. 443. I don't know if that's right, but extended battery life. We got new interior, new colors, new LED lighting, new interior materials. We got new immersive sound, rear control panel that's in the Model S and Model X with the rear entertainment. We got ventilated seats, mobile phone wireless charging, quiet cockpit environment. I mean, I can't wait to sit into one of these and see what it's actually going to be like. We got the same display, but of course it's going to be more fluid and updated, maybe even almost Model S or Model X like. We got dog mode, camp mode, all the different things. And so, of course, take these prices. They're not going to be the same for the US, but you can click order now and play around with the configurator yourself, see what the potential colors look like. I'm really not a fan of these wheels. I mean, I kind of like these wheels better, but I'm not sure I like these premium wheels. Maybe I got to see it in person, but let me know what you think about these wheels as well. Four-wheel drive is life. It's not midnight in the US yet. Yeah, exactly. So maybe in a couple hours, we'll see. Jordan, wonder why they didn't show the performance Highland. Maybe they're waiting to drive up hype first, get some orders in, and then drop the performance next year once they need the sales. Johnson, do they have the Model 3 performance battery? Doesn't look like it at the moment. JL, the new Model 3 Highlands look like the ones on the current Model 3, just different touches. Yeah, it looks like they painted the insides of it, and so that's what really happened. Timmy, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to DennisCW. All his updates for the Highland so far have been accurate and never clickbait. Much appreciated. No, thank you, Timmy. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for dropping that comment. Thank you to everybody that's hit the like button. Thank you everybody that hits the subscribe. Thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, to save an extra $500 to $1,000 off. Thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description as well. We got 3D Mats USA for our premium floor mount. We got REFERRAL, we got Jawa, and also we got MAGBAK as well. Thank you to Tenet for sponsoring a bunch of videos this month, and of course we'll just throw it in sponsoring this video as well. If you don't know what Tenet is a different way to finance your vehicle that allows you to get the lowest monthly payment possible. They allow this by deferring a portion of the loan, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax credit, all the way to the end. They can do this because they are a Tesla approved financing partner and allow you to get that lowest monthly payment. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. But I mean, now it's kind of like, wait, well, don't look at anything financing because we've got a lot of things coming out with this Model 3 Highland coming up in the near future, but definitely keep that in your back pocket if you're looking to purchase in the near future. AF, By the way, the price is for the Highland version is more expensive than China by 12% or 3,600 USD. AF, thanks for dropping that. So it seems like they've raised the price of the Highland by 12%, which makes sense, right? They might as well, if it's going to be a new hot product, they can increase it just a little bit. And then if they need to, they can always dial it back. Four-wheel drive, I'm guessing they are waiting for 9.1. Yeah, potentially in the US market, we could be seeing that in the near future. Nicholas, they got rid of the steering wheel stocks, and I wouldn't make too much of a fuss about that. I mean, we've got that on the Model S and also the Model X. Well, the current Model X, we sold the Model S, and so once you get used to not having stocks, it kind of makes it a lot more nice. You don't have to move your hand as much as possible. You just hit the button on it, and you are good to go. Trying to order the base one, it's not more expensive than the old model. Okay, nice. Thanks for that. Jordan, current Model 3 inventory is really going to spike up with the unveil of the Highland. Bigger discounts are coming. Yes, Jordan, I completely agree. Tomorrow in the US is going to be the first day of the last month of the quarter. So more incentives are potentially coming, maybe even a more referral discount, hopefully, fingers crossed. And of course, more inventory, which will lead to more discounts, more inventory discounts, and hopefully more incentives. Super Cubs, will there be a Tesla event for this? Yeah, it's a good question because I certainly felt like they were going to do something like some sort of press conference or some sort of event, but they kind of just posted this onto the website, right? And it was like, hey, I mean, they did. For once, they actually included a bunch of media to demo the vehicle, review it, walk around. And so maybe they're trying this strategy instead because maybe events, I don't know, but it's kind of weird, right? It is very weird. Four-wheel drive, my local Model 3 inventory is depleting quickly. You're saying because people are buying it because of all the incentives, or which that? Warfox, welcome in. Thanks for coming back. Haven't seen you in a bit. Thanks for coming. Did they say anything about US release? Nothing yet. Seems like Asian market and Europe, and nothing about the US at the current moment. Warfox, I might wait till the refresh of the Model Y before trade in. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, refresh Model Y could be in the next year. Four-wheel drive, would the base or rear-wheel drive still have the LFP battery? That's what I want. Potentially, I would think so. Warfox, just got my Model 3 a few months ago and no regrets. Yeah, you definitely got a good deal on it for sure. Vietnamese style, thanks for coming in. Bro, Dennis, you are one of the most knowledgeable shows on Tesla on YouTube. I appreciate the consistent content. No, thank you for that. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for dropping that comment. And of course, thanks for hitting the like button for all that. Paul, 4.4 to 4.2, 0 to 60. Oh, interesting. So they made it slower. I wonder if because it was heavier, but they also talked about how it's more efficient too. So really not sure on that. Jared, any rumors on the leaks on when available in the US? Maybe. I mean, we'll see. I mean, 9 o'clock is in an hour and a half. So if the US website refreshes, well, I mean, has anyone heard anything from Elon? Paul, can you text Elon and let me know? Bit slower. Gonna wait for the performance. Ahmed, yes, 100%. We might as well wait for the performance at this point. But really cool, really nice, clean, sleek look. I like it. I like all the interior features. I like how they've just increased the bar just a little bit more with the LED lighting, the ventilated seats. The rear bumper looks nice as well. Front of it looks muted to me. I don't know about you all. I like the look of it, but it looks muted to me. Maybe because like the headlights get slimmer and everything. I like the rear of it a lot more, but that's kind of the same thing with all the different vehicles out there. I do not like the rims for whatever reason. Maybe it's just something I have to see in person. I do not like the rims. Also, another thing, I guess it kind of feels like there needs to be some sort of lip right here, but maybe that's just me. But now we're just like trying to piece apart. But overall, I love it. I love all the new interior features. I like the rear of the vehicle a lot more. I like the tail lights, maybe the rims. I guess I can see what they're trying to do here. Maybe in person. I think I just need to see these rims in person to appreciate them because they do look a little bit more matte, more maybe even that like slate gray, not as like glossy. And so that's probably what they're looking for. But you can see it's like a little bit of jaggedness like this. I don't know what it's like. It's like a broken turbine, I guess. And then we got the center cap right there. Maybe, you know what it is? I need to see a performance version of this. And some of those rumors that they talked about early on is that the performance version has a different front bumper. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're just looking at the muted luxury version or the long range or standard version. And once that performance comes out, it's going to fill everything that we want, like better rims, a better front bumper, and all the different things. That's probably what it could be actually at the end of the day for that. US version might have 350 miles for the LFP version, 370 for the long range. I could see that, Warfox. That'd be nice. JCon, do you predict good or bad build quality at launch? JCon, that's a great question. I mean, we're just going to say that it's probably going to be bad build quality because it's going to be the first vehicles coming out. But, and then that way, if we expect low and the first ones come out, it'll be much better, hopefully. Paul, I was wrong on slower. That is the difference from 0 to 100 km versus 0 to 60. Got it. Thanks for that. Abraham, was it what I expected? Yes. A lot of these leaks, a lot of these concept photos, a lot of these feature leaks have all been ahead and pretty much been on spot on with what is actually come out. It looks exactly like what is actually out actually. Yeah, because if we type in go to REFERRAL design, which we've been highlighting for the past, few weeks, you can see this looks exactly like his render shots or their render shots. I don't know if it's a he, but their render shots look exactly, look at that. That's yes, there's small changes and small subtle things, but that looks almost spot on. They pretty much hit it right on the head with what this vehicle actually looks like in person. You can see, let's just change it to red. Look at this. I mean, do you see a difference? I don't see a difference. He might as well just be, maybe he was a plant. Maybe they actually worked for Tesla this whole time and was just hyping stuff and oh, this is what I think it looks like. And now it is actually, it basically is it. Battery type in the new 3 gigapress enclosed battery design? Maybe, I would think so. So there is a front camera that is pretty cool. Yeah, it seems like from these pictures, you can see a little notch right here in the front, which is show a front camera, which is something the Tesla is definitely been missing. When does it come out? We've got some rumors that maybe it's going to be the Q4 of this year. I mean, not rumors. We know for sure China markets and Australian markets going to be Q4 or even October. But US, no idea at this moment. Because even if we go to Tesla.com, I mean, at this point, they might as well just launch it here too. I mean, everybody knows it's coming out everywhere else. What is the point? It's just going to create this same effect, this Osborne effect, and people are just going to not want to buy it. Warfox, there's a good chance the Highland will also keep the hardware 3. Yeah, I think we saw that as well. It's got hardware 3 and not hardware 4. Paul, Carwow said no motor or battery changes. That will probably next year for the Model 3 performance version. Yeah, I can see that as well. Yeah, I did hear that part from the Carwow video as well. I mean, I like it. I mean, we're on the old page right here. Here's the new page. And if you don't know how to get there, you can go to the Tesla website, switch your country to China or even pretty much a lot of the other countries except the US and other markets, a couple other markets, and you can play around with it. You can Google Translate it using the Chrome browser to see actually what all the different features. And on top of that, you can go to the builder section of these websites and also play around and see all the different options. I mean, we've got this new ultra red, we got this new slate gray, is that what they said? Star gray. And then we got blue, which is a classic, white. We're going to see a lot of these everywhere, right? And then of course, black, which I don't know which color looks the best. I guess slate gray or maybe the red. I think it's tough. I think maybe the gray one actually. Kurt, how to change from reverse to park as no stock? Actually, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty easy. Right now on the Model S and the Model X, if you want to go forward, you just swipe up on the screen. If you want to go backwards, you just swipe back. And on top of that, half of the time, if you just press the brake button, it predicts which direction you want to go. And then you just press on the accelerator to go in that exact direction. Fulpez, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. How many miles estimated? I mean, we've got numbers as high as 410 WLTP numbers, but WLTP could be 20% higher than what the EPA is. So you kind of do quick math there and figure it out. Or Fox, I see people adding a Model S front now as a mod because it was have the flat, because of that flat curve, it fits well. Yeah, I can see that with all the different modifications that people do. I can see people changing that. Ramon, hello Dennis, are they going to have a model performance Highland and will it be faster than the current Model 3 performance? I would say yes, they're going to have a performance. Will it be faster? Maybe. I mean, can you imagine like a Model 3 Highland plaid performance, like 0 to 60 in like 2.8 seconds, which no one needs, but of course it'd be fun to just have it. Robert, it's a good thing they have not revealed the performance version yet. Maybe they will want to surprise us. Plaid Model 3 would be ideal. I mean, I don't know about ideal. It'd be crazy. I mean, maybe even too fast in a small car like that, but who knows really. Aaron, is Stealth Gray darker than Midnight Silver or what's the difference? Great question. It kind of does look a little bit darker than Midnight Gray, but we really can't see. I mean, let's say we can pull up the current Model 3 builder on the US website, and you can see this is the current gray that's out there in the at least the US market. And then you can see this is the Star Gray, which is just a little bit more darker. Maybe they added more metallic paint on it. Who really knows for this? But if you're wondering how we got to this, you got to go to Tesla.com, switch to the China website where you can play with the configurator and then play with all the different options. You can use Google Chrome to translate it, and you can use the browser to take a look at all the different updates on the website. Smart. Hey Dennis, do you recommend getting old Model 3, save money, and qualify for the California rebate because it's going to go away, or wait for this new one? I just started working in the Bay and this would be my first car. Great question, Smart Blind Watch. If you need a car now, I would say just try and get the biggest discount plus the $2,000 CVRP and all that stuff and just get it ASAP. If you can wait, if you don't need a car, then I would say just wait it out for this Model 3 Highland because it could be coming out Q4. It could be next year. Maybe we know more at 9 p.m. today when that's midnight Eastern to see if they actually update the website. Some people are saying it's not going to be updated, so we shall really see. But maybe, I guess to answer your question, wait till 9 p.m. Pacific time tonight to see if the US website updates to see if we have some new delivery information for that for the US market. Juan, thanks for coming in. Casey, is it confirmed hardware 3? No idea on the specs yet. And also, I think Elon's been pretty quiet about this as well. He hasn't posted anything on Twitter. So really, we have no idea. Johnson, no battery changes. Rumors where they were going to go to CATL 66 battery instead of the 60 kilowatt. You're right. There was a rumor that it was going to be a 10% increase in batteries. So maybe not. We don't have any numbers yet for US. And of course, I guess we can just try and keep refreshing this page. But still got the old content, old video, old and busted on the website here for the US market. So really nothing yet for the US. It seems like it's a different market entirely for or the Australia and Asia markets for the Model 3 Highland. James, can't see the performance. Yeah, it seems like they don't have it yet. They're doing long range and standard range first, and then going to be doing performance later on for that. Paul, I meant LMFP, manganese. Ooh, interesting. Nice. Or Fox, news around May Q4 because there's no way they announced it in the China market, thinking people won't cancel in the US. Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's probably a lot of you out there that potentially have a Model 3 on order. You probably have a maybe even Model Y on order, or maybe even a Cybertruck on order. And you're probably thinking like, should I cancel right now because this is coming out? I would say wait it out until 9 p.m. tonight to see if the US section of the website updates and then figure out from there. But at the same time, there's a lot of money at stake in terms of incentives. There's the $7,500 federal tax credit, which we have no idea whether this Model 3, this new Highland Model 3 will even qualify. We've got the California CVRP program, which we know is the funds have been exhausted and you have to buy by September 5th. There's already deals out there right now on the current Model 3. Yes, it's going to be the old one. And yes, it's buying the older technology. But yes, there's going to be bigger discounts, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 off, plus the $2,000 state program, plus the $7,500 federal tax credit, which we know the current Model 3 qualifies for. And we have no idea whether this new Model 3 Highland qualifies for any of that amount. So tough decision, that's for sure. Now you might be asking, what would I do? Because that's $7,500 plus $2,000 CVRP plus $4,000 to $5,000 inventory discount. That's tough. Join tomorrow to see what I would do. Let me think on it. Let me sleep on it. The new Model 3 is available in Malaysia now. Nice. Yeah, it seems like all the different websites have updated except the US and UK for some reason, and like Hong Kong for some reason as well. Warfox, wait until Q4, guys. Yes, wait until Q4 of this year is going to be even more incentives. But the catch-22 there is CVRP is running out for California, maybe even some other state incentives, and of course, interest rates might go up as well. Paul, I meant the new CATL battery with manganese and the new motor without rare metals. Nice, good insight. Thank you, Paul. James, that would be awesome if they did a plaid Model 3. Yeah, that would be crazy if they made a Model 3 go 0 to 60 in like 2.8 whatever seconds that could be. Abraham, so what's the cost? So will this cost less than the current Model 3? Looking at what China has done currently by increasing the price by 12%, as someone had mentioned earlier before, we could see Tesla in all markets increasing it by 10 to 20%. That would be my guess. James, it's more 8 at the moment, only just. Okay. Warfox, yes, new performance will be slightly faster due to aerodynamic, and the efficiency will probably 0.2 to 0.4. Don't expect a whole second to be dropped. Yeah, I think if they can get under 3 seconds for 0 to 60, then that would make sense for that. Four-wheel drive. So if I order one now and not getting the new 3 before 2024, will I still qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit? Depends on you as a person. Right now, the current Model 3 does qualify for the full $7,500 federal tax credit, but you as an individual still have to qualify due to income limits and even having a tax liability. If that's confusing to you, definitely check out some of the videos on the channel. You can go to the YouTube channel, our channel, and just type in DennisCW tax credit. We've got plenty of video explainers that go over all the different scenarios on which you can figure out for yourself, actually with a calculator, whether you have the right tax liability to get that full $7,500 back in the tax credit. Jackson, Elon just tweeted a tweet by SpaceX, so he's hanging around on X. There we go. Smart. Thanks, Dennis. If they release it in the US, will the old Model 3 inventory still show up? That's a good question. Like maybe they have to clear all the Model 3 first before selling it, but really have no idea for that. James, Australia has a 20 km longer range. Nice. Good insight. Yang, thanks for coming in. Welcome back. Great to see you. James, WLTP has increased by 23 km. Okay, so then I guess we can try and guess there that we've got a nice increase in efficiency. Yang, I'm now wanting the new Model 3. Yeah, I guess now kind of all of us are wanting this new Model 3. But now it's like someone is going to take this Model 3 and put the same design elements onto a Model Y, and then we get to see what the Model Y could be actually looking at very soon. Base, does Model Y standard range have the same motors as the long range? I actually have no idea. I think standard range, all-wheel drive, long range, no idea actually. Yay, I'm going to wait for the Model Y refresh. Yeah, my prediction is 6 months to 12 months from now. I wonder how the performance will look like. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be very sleek for the Model 3, I would say. Johnson, how about current inventory on the discount? Sell and trade it in later. That's tough because, yes, you get to... Actually, I like that, Johnson. You're right. You're right. Because you can buy the Model 3 now. Take advantage of the $7,500 federal tax credit. Take advantage of the CVRP if you're California or any other state incentives. Wait it out. You're going to pay taxes on it, which could be 6 to 7%, which that's a good amount of money, $3,000 to $5,000. Drive it for a little bit, trade it in. You might lose a little bit, but also you're driving the car for a little bit. And then buy the new vehicle once it comes out. That's actually a good strategy, I would say, for that. CVRP also offering 2K EV charging credit. Yes, in addition to the 2K rebate. I think that's only for low income people. It's not everybody. I think everybody that is in the higher income limit gets $2,000, and the low income people only get the $2,000 EV charging card for that. Don't forget, Tesla Model 3 in China has had cut price several times this past 2 years. Yeah, 100% actually. Yar, methinks Dennis has his order queued up and will pull the trigger when the Model 3 discounts peak. I mean, Johnson had a really good point. If you need a car now, and we definitely talked about that, get the vehicle, get the discount, take advantage of the tax credit, drive it for a little bit, and then once you've put enough miles on it, or once the new Highland actually comes out, or even wait a little bit, let the Highland go through its new delivery issues and all that stuff, and then let it go through and then trade it in and get the new one. Wish the current Model Y had LED ambient lighting like the new one, but then the current version would be better because it looks better in my opinion. I mean, coming soon. I mean, now that this Model 3 Highland is out with all the different features, all of this I would say is coming to the Model Y. AMG, next year tax credit will be towards the loan. Well, it's always been towards the loan. And of course, you can use financing partners like Tenet to even get a low payment so that it feels like it's toward the loan. But what you're trying to say is that the tax credit will be a point of sale discount and you won't need to file for anything. Or we have no idea if you're going to need to file for anything, but manufacturers should be able to minus it at the point of sale. So there should be a straight $7,500 discount so you don't have to finance that amount or that more amount for the vehicle. Warfox, keep in mind the CIT battery will only apply to China for now. Good point, actually, Warfox, 100%. Joshua, when can we order? I mean, my guess is take a look at Tesla.com, have it up on your website, 9 o'clock rolls around, 9 p.m. Pacific, which would be 12 midnight, which is only in an hour and a half. So, or an hour and 20 minutes. So we should see if this is going to be a US release because they've kind of already released the, let it out of the bag that everywhere else is getting this. They might as well just update the US website and let it roll out. But maybe it's different in the US because we've got this $7,500 federal tax credit that maybe the new Model 3 won't qualify for. And that's going to be the stick and selling point. I bet maybe Elon's going to come out or someone's going to come out and say the reason why the Model 3 Highland is not coming to the US yet because that Model 3 does not qualify for the $7,000 federal tax credit. And so the current one does. And so that's why we're not bringing it to the US yet. I think that's going to be their pitch on why it's not coming to the US yet. We'll see. That's my prediction. George, love it, but I really wish it had a powered frunk. Well, there's always aftermarket for that, right? That you can get it and pay for it on top of it. It's me. How much? Welcome in. Thanks for coming. How much? China prices are posted, but no US yet. I love Zenabi. Yeah, me too, I guess. Smart. Bro, I qualify for the 7.5 federal and the 7.5 CVRP plus 2K EV card. So confused on what to do. Smart, you need to buy a vehicle today because the CVRP program is running out and I don't want you to lose out on that 7,500 CVRP rebate. So you might as well just buy it because even if you wait for this new vehicle to come out, you're not going to get that 7.5 because we have no idea if that CVRP program is going to get funded for next year. Soundtrack, when rates go down, maybe next year. 4-wheel drive, my daily gets 10 miles per gallon for a 50 miles commute. Did the math, gas money saved is going to pay for a discounted current Model 3. Yeah, 100%. If you're spending that much on gas, and hopefully it's not a premium gas vehicle as well, you might as well just get into that. Yang, I don't know what the current auto loan APR. Don't think I'll trade and buy this time around. Yeah, current through Tesla is like 6.19% plus, so it could definitely not be worth it. Or Fox, that will cut the cost. Yeah, 100%. Molo 3.5 or hardware 4.0. No idea yet. Robert, waiting for the Model Y red long range white interior to get down to 48,000. Then I will buy. Is it not already there yet? I feel like it's pretty much there. I mean, I guess with white interior, that's the hard part. Because if you switch it to white, there's less of them out there. And then, of course, if you switch it to red, also less of them out there. But, I mean, there's white interior with a good amount of them. Plus that Tesla referral code where you can get another $500 to $1,000 off, just like that Tesla referral code down below in the description. So definitely check it out. And thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla referral code. What the fuck? Australia says March delivery date. What delivery do you think it'll be for the US? I mean, it could either be Q4 of this year or even maybe even next year for that. Smart, let's go. Yeah, congrats. You're going to buy a Tesla soon. Congrats to you. Yang, I would hold off until the first wave is over. Seems like you would likely find bad quality build on the first wave. Yeah, it's kind of a rule of thumb for all tech, right? You never want to get that first delivery. You want to wait it out and make sure they iron out all the different kinks and then take delivery maybe in like the second or third or fourth quarter after that. But thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for hitting all the comments. Definitely check out all the links down below in the description if you want to save money on Tesla discounts. Definitely check out our Tesla referral code where you can save an extra $500 to $1,000 off. Thanks for all the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.